Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Devils fans of all ages, welcome back to Devil's Den Hockey. And today the New Jersey Devils took on the Seattle Kraken, losing 4-2 in regulation, snapping their 3-game winning streak. So we're just going to jump right on into this. Devils lose. They take a 4-2 loss to the Kraken. Against a team they have beaten in the past, but definitely didn't play as well today. You won 3 games in a row, you go into your 4th, and you're hoping and you're praying that you'll be able to get your 4th win in a row. This is something the Devils have not been able to do all year. 4 games in a row, we've barely been able to get 3 games in a row. And you know what? Compared to the rest of the teams that we've played on this winning streak, losing to the Kraken, I'm going to be honest, guys, I'm not all that upset about it. I'm really not. Do the Devils play well? I mean, they've had worse games, and unfortunately, today's game is just like every other loss New Jersey has had this year, where they play halfway decent in the first. They play halfway decent in the second. And then, of course, it always turns into a game where the Devils end up losing because of a 3-minute stretch of terrible, no good, very bad hockey, okay? So the Devils actually get the first goal, which I know, surprising, the Devils can actually score the first goal of the game, and Markstrom keeps the first shot of the game out of his net. I know, we're shocked, we're surprised, and I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't blame Markstrom that much for this loss. I really don't. There's lots of games where he plays like shit, and I'm more than happy, more than willing to call Markstrom out when he plays like shit. Tonight wasn't that game. Now, don't get me wrong. The first goal against, where the Kraken score it to tie the game, is on Markstrom, 100%. There's no getting around that. But if you're going to look and you're going to watch the second and the third goal go in, all within like 2 or 3 minutes of each other, you can't blame Markstrom for those goals, okay? On the second goal, you've got 3 guys, 3 Devils standing in front of the net, and 2 Kraken are able to play you like a tiny, sad violin because our guys are caught flat-footed and don't know what the hell is going on. Jesper Bratt is one of them. Now, granted, Jesper Bratt's a forward, so I'm not going to give him as much flack because, again, he's a forward. He's not defending. Did he look like shit? Yeah, he did. But defensemen were also standing there. Guys like Nemitz. And don't get me wrong. I know we're all in love with Nemitz right now. But when you play bad, you deserve to get called out for it. And on this one, Nemitz didn't look too good. But don't worry, I'm not just going to pick on Nemitz. Instead, on the third goal, Kovacevic, buddy, what are we doing? Covey, what are we doing here? You're on the guy. You're on the Kraken player. The puck goes over, and he makes little to no effort to just bump the guy off the puck or throw a hit or cross-check. Do something, but he just sort of stands there on his player and doesn't really do much, and Markey gets screwed, okay? Markstrom's at fault for the first one, but our defense is god-awful. God-awful on the second and third goal. And the fourth goal, I know is an empty netter, but I'm sorry. What an effort. What an effort by Dougie Hamilton to do absolutely nothing when he turns the puck over. I've never seen such a lack of want, such a lack of effort from a guy who's been really hot recently, who's had points, who's had goals. It's like, Dougie, I know you think you're a forward, and I know you're an offensive defenseman, but you still have to defend because you're a defenseman. So please defend. He turns the puck over, and then he doesn't even try to get it back. And it's not like he turns it over at our own blue line, and by then it's screwed. He turns it over in Seattle zone. So it's not like he can't make an effort to try to get back or at least throw himself at the puck, or like get a stick in there if you're gonna flop to try to break up the game. You're only down by 1 goal at this point. Why would you not put in the effort to like do something to prevent it from being a 4-2 game? I understand, the games, you have less than a minute, the game's practically over. It's a 1-goal deficit. All you need is 1. Now let's be clear, are the Devils going to score? Probably not. Let's be clear, the Devils are probably not going to score. They're just not. But like, at least try. You know what I mean? Like, if you've got under 60 seconds left and you're down by 1, you better show me more oomph, more effort on that turnover than in any other part in the game, because you have the chance to get the puck back. Again, you're not even in your end. You recollect the puck, you turn around, and you regroup and go back into Seattle's end again. But no, I digress. Speaking of dumb moves, can we talk about Jack for a second? Can we talk about Jack Hughes for a second? I know he scored today, and that's what everyone's fixation is going to be on. But, like, I'm so tired of Jack's style of play. It's so dumb. And I know I'm going to get some flack for this. I know I am. But Jack's continued effort to collect the puck in the defensive zone and then act like he's the only guy on the team as he skates right up the middle and eventually turns it over, which leads to Seattle coming crashing back into our end. And he does it over and over and over and over and over again. And he turns it over. Like, if he does it 10 times, he's probably turning it over 40 to 50% of the time. Like, I don't, because the minute that Jack collects the puck and starts skating out of his own end, the opposing team knows what he's going to do, because he does it all the time. So they literally just, he's coming up the ice? Great. I'm just going to sit here, or we're just going to swarm the guy, and he turns the puck over. It is what it is. And, like, I get it that he can score. And I get it that he's probably got the most amount of raw talent on this team. But dear God, when he turns the puck over, it is infuriating, because he does it over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And he's not even fully healthy either. Like, he's still having to, like, bandage wrap his hand or wear a brace or whatever he's doing on game days for his hand. Like, at practice, he's literally holding the stick with one hand because the other hand still doesn't work properly. So, like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I had to vent that out. I don't think that Jack's play is very good right now. Like, I get that he scored, but, like, I guess this is sort of the story of the last, like, 2 or 3 weeks. Like, where the Devils play like shit, like absolute dog shit for 2.5 months. And then, like, the minute we start getting momentum, then, like, everyone forgets about, like, the last 2.5 months, and we all act like everything is great again. I don't know where I'm going with this. Regardless, let me think. Do I want to add anything else? Devils can't finish. We already know that. Hamilton turning it over. Jack turning it over. Defense not being great. Markey, first goal is atrocious. The others I'm not going to give you crap for. Yeah. That's all I got, guys. That's all I got. Now, Devils are going to rebound with another game in the next day or two. We need to get right back on that horse. We need to get right back on the winning horse, because we have a pretty easy rest of January and a pretty easy February. This is the time when you're playing teams like the Jets, teams like Ottawa, teams like Calgary and Vancouver, where you need to get as many points as humanly possible. And I do think that the Devils have the potential, because of the strength of their schedule, or rather a lack of strength in their schedule, that they can actually play 600 hockey, if not a little bit better. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.